Welcome back. On my Patreon, I do these satsangs. I do them twice a month and they go for approximately 2 hours. And it's just mostly me just answering question after question after question after question. And on our last satsang, we had another testimony about Navi Kriya. I mean, it just blows my mind. So I want to talk about that. I want to talk about how the Navi is working. And this is such a fantastic recipe for anybody that has any experience of any kind of fear in their life. That means anxiety, that means night terrors, that means experiences in meditation which scare you, that means scary dreams, all of that. It works for all of that. It's such an amazing technique. So, let's get into it. You know, Kriya is so amazing to me. It works, obviously. I know it works. I mean, I've spent my whole life with Kriya. But this kind of testimony about Navi, how profoundly it works, how well it works, even when the problem is very, very big, it just continues to blow my mind. It really, really amazes me. This is not the first testimony. This is about the third or fourth testimony of somebody who had extreme experiences of night terrors their entire life from childhood. And this is the only thing that actually helped them in their entire life. How often do you get to say that? This is the only thing that actually worked. Oh my God, how huge is that? When we are born, it's kind of a brain lottery. Not everybody knows this. It's a brain, can you imagine a brain lottery? Isn't that funny? So you don't know exactly how your brain is going to be formed. And some of us have deeper access to one part of the brain or another. And that can give you deeper access, for example, to the right amygdala of fear. Or maybe you have a really big experience in your childhood and it really drives you into fear and you have more access to that part of your brain. Or maybe you just build up anxiety in your life and you have more experience with that right amygdala in your brain. So first of all, you're not alone. I have heard from multiple yogis about night terrors specifically. I have a yogi that had deep access to the right brain, and along with that came a lot of fearful experience. So he was having lots of shamanic experiences with dark feelings, dark entities, all of his life. Same thing, the Navi worked. The Navi brought it under control when nothing else would. That blew me away. I've heard from hundreds of yogis about anxiety, that it was a marked reduction when they introduced Navi. And I'm not even sure how much they're doing. So if you're doing it once a day and it brings it down this much, what if you do it 2 or 3 times a day? What's going to happen then? 2-3 rounds of Navi every single day, really getting into the technique, really feeling your mind in the third chakra, really oming into that place. What is that going to do? It's going to help even more, isn't it? Now, it's not a one and done technique. You don't just do it, oh, I'm fixed. No, it's something that you repeat over and over again. But these yogis who told me, look, I grew up with night terrors, I've experienced this kind of fear my entire life, the Navi began to work. They saw, oh my God, this is working in 1 week. And of course, that's going to fuel you to go, oh my God, this works, and I'm going to do more of it. I'm really committed to this practice, and it's, oh my God, it's helping me. That's what I love. It works. Oh my God, it works. So how do you do it, Forrest? All this talk, how do you do it? Navi is very, very simple, okay? You just put your mind on the third chakra. I'm going to put my head downwards. This is a neck lock. It's usually a neck lock is very, very tight. It should be very tight. This is a very loose and easy neck lock because we're going to hold it for a while. So we just very loose. Just put the chin down. Very, very loose in the neck. And I'm going to put my thumbs together. I'm going to interlace my fingers, put my thumbs together. And this is my mind assister. This is not the actual part of the technique. This is not the driver, okay? This is just to help my mind, to put my mind on the third chakra. So I'm going to put my thumbs into the belly button or slightly above. It's where's the actual location of the third chakra? Where do you feel the cold pit of fear in your stomach? That is the actual location of the third chakra. So we can debate, this book says here, this lineage says here, this one says Dantian. Where do you feel the cold pit of fear in your stomach? That is the actual location of the third chakra. That's what we're going to press on. It's approximately your belly button. This is close enough. You might feel it slightly above. Perfect. Put your thumbs there. And then I'm going to say Om. I'm going to do it mentally. If you want to start out loud and that helps you, fantastic. Go ahead and do it out loud to start. And then at some point you might transition into a mental Om. And we're going to put that Om into that chakra from the front coming in. And to help my mind to get the idea that it's from the front coming in, I'm going to press with each Om. So it looks like this. Om, 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 Om. And I'm going to say those Oms mentally. And you can see I'm not joining this with my breath. And I'm not making huge, long Oms and taking forever in this Navi. You can do that. That would be an okay way to do it. But you don't need to do it that way. You just do the Oms fairly rapidly. Om, 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 Om. Wonderful. You do that 100 times, and then you flip your head backwards very gently. We don't want any whiplash here. Just very gently put the head backwards as far as is comfortable. And the feeling that I get, which is a very good feeling, the feeling is that the sensation is dripping down the back of my spine. And that's the dorsal vagal activation that I'm feeling. It feels like a cool little wave going down the back of my spine. That's something to kind of get a picture of why we're doing that. You don't have to feel that. You don't need to imagine anything. All of this technique, it's not imagining, it is feeling. Feeling is what puts you into the correct part of your brain to do this technique and Kriya, by the way. Kriya is not visualization, okay? So I put my head back, I put my fingers together, and I'm going to tap the back of my spine directly behind my belly button, and I do it like this. Om, 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 Om. So each time I'm oming, mentally, I'm tapping. And I do that 25 times. So it's 4 in the front, 1 in the back. 100 in the front, and then 25 in the back. And then if you want to do it again, do it again. 100 in the front, 25 in the back. And that is Navi. 100 in the front, 25 in the back, that's one round of Navi. If you have a lot of fear coming up, a lot of anxiety, things are happening in your life, and you want to reduce that, you want to get a handle on that, start this right away. See what it does to you. Don't look for instant results, but about a week, you're going to notice a dramatic reduction. And when you're going through it in life, wouldn't you like to have a reduction of fear? Wouldn't you like to the whole world is overwhelmed with anxiety. Everybody needs this technique, but you have it. So I've given you the football. Oh my God, I have a football. What should I? Run with the football. So 100 in the front, 25 in the back, that's 1 round. You can do more than 1 round a day. So why is this working? Well, you have a brain, and to understand what's in it, what is happening with life, we project those feelings, those limbic feelings, we project them down through the central nervous system, and they show up in different places. We have love in the heart. We have hurt in the heart. We have words stuck in the throat. We have feelings of desire in the 2nd chakra, and we have fear in the 3rd chakra. That's the fear. It, for whatever reason, is projected right there into the 3rd chakra. So when you ohm into that, you disrupt it, right? You are disconnecting the way that that projection flows into your body. And so you're turning it off momentarily. And when you turn it off and you feel free, you get that learning. Oh, it was all based on something else. I thought it was real. It's not. It feels so real. It's not. Okay, I can hear that, but how do I prove that? Navi. Navi is the thing that proves it to you. You disconnect it, and suddenly the fear is gone. Oh my God, it was so real. It was so here, and suddenly it's not. And I get that learning. Over time, I get this learning that I'm actually above these things. They don't control me. I am sovereign. I am in charge. I am above these things. That's the learning. That's the full learning of Kriya. And not once, but over and over and over and over again, we learn that I am above these things. And I thought I was so mixed up in them, but I'm not. I'm above them. I am sovereign. Oh my God, amazing, right? What an incredible thing. And this is why the Kriya says, look, this fear thing, this is kind of big. I think we should put the Navi right here at the front of all of the meditation practices. We just stick it there in the front and get over the fear numero uno right away from the get-go. Let's just punch that out of the way. That is the Navi rationale. Amazing technique. I know it works. It's worked in my life. I see it over and over again. And still, these testimonies, they still blow my mind. Just amazing. And so why wouldn't I put this into my life somewhere? 5 minutes? Hey, I got to overcome all fear? There's a verse in the Bible. What could you accomplish if you had no fear? What would happen to your life if you had no fear? And so, of course, we're probably not going to overcome every single fear instantly, right? But oh my God, what if you can reduce it way down? What's going to happen to your life? What would happen to your life if you knew you could accomplish anything, if you had no fear? Here's another thing. What negative emotions could you entertain if you had zero fear? Zero fear. None. Can you entertain all those negative emotions? Can you entertain all those doubts about yourself if you had no fear? What is this unleashing inside of you? It's kind of amazing to ask that question and to wonder, I'm doing this thing, I'm getting over fear. What is that going to unleash in my life? Yeah, that's kind of amazing, right? So definitely something to plug into your life, put in your back pocket, see what it does for you, see how it unlocks you. So I hope you love this. If you did, be sure to hit that bell down below so I can see all of you next time.